Alright viewers, welcome to another episode from Anything About Everything. As you all are aware, this is a part of my book series with author himself, Ranjan. We spoke about the introduction, the pre-dawn, how everything is set up for Aditya Hrudayam. We'll start from verse 3 or 2?
I think we finished verse 1 and 2.
Verse 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So we'll start with verse 3 and we'll get more insights about the book, also the hidden gem knowledge that Ranjan can shower on us. And I'm excited for it. Welcome Ranjan again.
Thank you for having me, Raghu.
Awesome. So verse 3, let's get right to the business. So
Yeah.
I'm going to follow you and chant with you.
So you have to read this like in a sequence.
Okay.
Right? So verses 1 and 2 establish the situation, right? It's like now they're like, okay, first is Rama, next is Ravana, Agastya Maharshi has arrived, and then he's like telling, okay, there's confusion going on in Rama's mind, there's anxiety and everything, okay? So now Agastya Maharshi starts talking,
Okay.
And this one, verses 3 to 5, they're called the promise of power, okay? And in a very beautiful way, okay, you'll see how language, okay, poetic inference can be so scientific, okay?
Interesting.
And verse 3 itself, okay, it starts off as Rama Rama Mahabahu Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam Yena Sarvan Arinvatsa Samare Vijayishyasi. Okay, he doesn't say the word Rama once. He says Rama Rama Mahabahu. Okay, why? If I just said your name once, if you're lost in some perplexed thought, okay, is it going to captivate your attention? No. So he says Rama Rama. If I said Raghu, Raghu, then you're like, okay, you're going to snap out of that and then you're going to start listening to me, right? And then the next word, he says Mahabahu. Okay, you are the great warrior. Okay, he is reminding him of his strength now. Okay, he says Rama Rama Mahabahu. Okay, Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam. Shrunu means listen. Guhyam, secret. Okay. Sanatanam, eternal secret. Okay, Yena Sarvan Arinvatsa. Okay, what is going to happen? By listening to this secret and implementing it, you can destroy all your enemies. And he says, Samare Vijayishyasi. You're going to come out victorious. Okay, and the way it goes on. Okay, you want to repeat after me? You can do that.
I want to repeat
Yes.
after you. Yes.
Rama Rama Mahabahu
Rama Rama Mahabahu
Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam
Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam
Yena Sarvan Arinvatsa
Yena Sarvan Arinvatsa
Samare Vijayishyasi.
Samare Vijayishyasi.
Yeah. Okay. So the two things that you want to remember over here, okay, when someone is like really lost in a deep thought, confusion, okay, calling their name once is not going to work. Okay, that's why even when you're clapping, right, we do it twice, not once. You want to alert someone, okay, what do? Even when you whistle, it's like 2 times, not just once. You see like how our psychology is like completely, explained in this, in a beautiful way, okay. And then what does he say? This is a secret, an eternal secret. Okay, it's always there. Okay, you just didn't realize it. You know it too. Okay, and what is he saying after that? Yena Sarvan Arinvatsa. Oh my child, listen to this, and then you're going to come victorious. But another key thing, okay, he says Mahabahu. He doesn't tell him, oh, confused fellow. He tries to provoke his strength first. He's already in a state of anxiety, okay? If someone is already in a state of sadness or depression, okay, and if you tell them more sad things, is that going to help them get out of that situation? It won't, okay? So he's calling his name twice and he's reminding him of what his strength is. Mahabahu, you're the great warrior. That's what you have to remember, okay? When the situation is difficult, remember your strength first, not your weakness.
Is it when I think about it, is it an ego boost? Like, will it be more egocentric?
I would not use the word ego. I would use the word confidence.
Okay. And how do you difference between confidence and ego?
Ego is something which you think is driven primarily only by you. Whereas confidence, you realize that there's so many other factors involved in it.
Can you elaborate more?
Okay. If you, let's say, you gave your board exams, okay? And if you got the first rank, okay? And then the moment you say, I got the first rank, that is your ego speaking.
But isn't it because I put in hard work for a year?
But was it only your hard work?
I think so.
Your teachers were not involved? Your parents were not involved? When you realize that, okay, and then you limit your portion and still give yourself that credit, okay, that is confidence.
Okay.
Because in the first side, you negated all of them. It's just you. You are thinking, I'm the sole driver of this, okay, which is never the case. You alone can never achieve anything in this universe. Even for you to live, okay, even for you to sit in this chair right now, okay, the entire universe is working in your favor. It is supporting you. Whether you like to believe it or not, that is the truth. Okay. Let's think about it this way. Did you have your breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you really think just because you have money you could afford your breakfast?
No.
Someone had to wake up in the morning, they had to do all the farming, they had to
Correct.
create the produce and everything, and only after that you can, okay? And when you think about it from a perspective of, oh, I can have this breakfast because I have money, it's an egoistic statement. Okay? But when you say, I can afford this breakfast, okay, I worked hard, but there are also so many other people working hard along with that. That's a confidence related thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This brings me to a very interesting concept that my mom used to say. So when I was in college, my mom used to serve in India how kids are spoiled, of course, right? So the food is kept on the plate. And I have this habit of, I have to put on TV, watch something that until something that comes, food is waiting.
Okay.
So my mom saw this couple times, and my mom throws these treasures. Like, she's not a very, like, harsh person, but she'll just kind of hint.
Yep.
So she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm waiting for the right program for me to eat food. She's like, that is Annapurna.
Yep.
You should wait for Annapurna and she shouldn't wait for you.
Correct.
And I was like, no, that's fine. And this is my younger brain talking, and she's like, don't say that, because even if you have money in pocket, many times you cannot eat food.
You cannot eat food.
And I was like, whatever she'll say. But when that really happened to me, I was like, that's the first thing that struck in my head.
Yep.
I was like, that is so. I had like probably 500 rupees in my pocket, and food used to go around, but I still couldn't eat for various reasons.
Yep.
Right? So, okay.
Always. Yeah. So this verse, now it's setting the tone. It's saying, what is the first thing? Remember your confidence. Don't reel into the sad events and the sad things because you're going through a difficult situation, okay? Pick yourself up. Know your strength and then move forward. What amazing depth this one Aditya Hrudayam offers, right? It's just madness.
Do you also, would you say like it's like Agastya Muni is setting up like an example of how a guru should?
Yes. In one way, absolutely. Yeah. Any questions on this?
Let me see. I think you answered most, but I still want to. Why is the name said twice? So here you talk about Guru-Shishya relationship.
Yep.
So though Agastya Muni and Rama, like we spoke, they had never like had cross paths.
Yeah.
But Agastya Muni himself sets himself as a guru and Rama as a Shishya. How does that bonding come across though they have never crossed paths?
Okay. Who was your high school math teacher?
High school math teacher. Pani Ramesh sir.
Okay. Was he your high school principal?
No.
Okay. But when the high school principal comes in, are you still not offering respect?
Yes.
Why are you doing that? Because technically you don't have to.
Yes, he or she doesn't teach me anything.
She didn't teach you any particular subject, but you know. No, she's the head.
Head.
Okay, she's the guru. Okay, and I have to offer her the respect and I have to listen. Same equation.
Interesting. Okay.
Was I able to answer your question?
Yes, definitely.
I want to mention one thing, right? My goal is to explain this in a practical way. You know, because otherwise I can say, oh no, because Agastya Maharshi is also, you know, one way, he's the teacher of. But then the more you try to understand this in a practical way, the better you can implement it in your life.
In my day-to-day life.
Correct. And then the word that he uses, Vatsa, he says, my child.
Vatsa.
Yeah. Okay. He's already showing the affection over there. Okay. He's not alienating himself away, saying, okay, your problem is your problem, my problem is my problem, you know. No, because if it's your child's problem becomes your problem. Right? That's what he's doing over here.
Those are the only questions that I had with the verse 3.
Okay. Next one. Okay. This one is, now he's slowly going to start amping it up. Okay. In a practical way. And all the historians might not, and then the Vedic scholars, they might be like, oh, he's diluting it. But let's try to look at it in a practical sense.
I mean, you're diluting this, or
I'm diluting.
Okay.
Right? Because, sure, you can learn like all the Vedic aspect of it and implement it. But then it's going to become like very superstitious at that point. Okay. Rather do it in a practical way that modern seeker can understand it and implement it. In whether he's a data engineer or anything, he can still implement this. Okay. Next verse. Okay. Aditya Hrudayam punyam sarva shatru pranashanam jayavaham jape nityam akshayam paramam shivam. I think I might have said it wrong. Aditya Hrudayam punyam sarva shatru vinashanam jayavaham jape nityam akshayam paramam shivam. Okay. You want to repeat it?
yes,
Okay.
I'd love to.
Aditya Hrudayam punyam
Aditya Hrudayam punyam
sarva shatru vinashanam
sarva shatru vinashanam
jayavaham jape nityam
jayavaham jape nityam
akshayam paramam shivam.
akshayam paramam shivam.
Okay. What is he saying over here? Aditya Hrudayam. Okay. He's not just talking about the sun. Okay. He's saying Hrudayam. Okay. The heart of the sun. Okay. Now, slowly, this is like going to get very interesting. Okay. It's like, okay, sun is there, but what about the heart of the sun? Okay. Let's look at it from a perspective of complete. Okay. Can a non-living thing, okay, give birth to a living thing?
No.
It cannot. Okay. So if you have life, that is purely because your mother had life. Only when she's alive, she can give you birth.
Correct.
Okay. And she can carry you inside her womb only if she has life.
She
in
has
her.
life.
Okay. If the earth is carrying all of the living things on it, doesn't earth have life?
Yes.
Correct. And if sun is giving life to earth, doesn't sun have life? Okay.
I've never thought about this way.
Yeah, but that is exactly what it is. That's why we say Bhudevi. Okay. For us, Bhu is a Devi. She's a goddess. Okay. And she's a feminine goddess. Because she gives life. Okay. And interestingly, there's like very specific genders as well over there.
Yeah.
Okay. And based on even the vegetables.
They have genders?
Yes, yes.
Really?
Yes. Okay. Even the vegetables have genders.
Can you give an example?
All the roots, okay, are considered male.
Like carrots,
Yes.
potato.
Yeah. Okay. All the fruits, okay, are considered female. All the vegetables are considered male. Okay. All the fruits are considered female. Okay. And that's why, okay, you can eat a fruit. Okay. and you can eat a vegetable, okay? But then when you eat like something that is still inside the earth, okay, it is still in the ovulating process. That's why if you go to like absolute traditionalists, right, they won't eat roots. You go to Jains, for example, they won't eat onion, garlic, potato, none of this, because it's still
Really?
inside the earth. Yes, yes, yes. Even most of the traditional Brahmins don't eat it.
Anything that's grown underneath
Yep.
the...
Yeah. Anything that does not see the sunlight, you're not allowed to eat it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's considered as a tamasic thing again.
Yeah.
Okay. And even the way they say it, okay, I don't know about how they say it in Kannada, okay, but for the vegetable we use the word kai,
Same.
right? And for the fruit we use the word phala. Okay. Phala is the result.
Correct.
Okay. Kaya, the root word ka, okay, or kra, okay. Kaya means the body and the doer. Okay. And then phala is the result.
Wow.
Okay. So one is still doing the work. The vegetable is still doing the work. Okay. It is bringing in the nourishment for like the plant and everything. Okay. And after it gets like completely ripened, okay, you cannot eat the vegetable. Okay. And the fruit, okay, before it is ripened, you cannot eat it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Right? So, and that's why, because the fruit, only after it is ripened, okay, when you eat it and when you throw the seeds back into the earth, it's going to grow back again because it's feminine in nature. Okay. But a vegetable, okay, you don't have the seed in it. Even if you throw it after it is ripe, right, it's not going to work anymore. Yeah, yeah, it's a very
Very interesting.
It's a yeah. The more people know about it, they're like, oh wow, there is so much more science to this than how we actually think about it, kind of thing. Yeah.
And going back to the sun.
Yes, the heart of the sun. Okay, because sun is a living thing. So now you have to stop looking at sun as just like an extraterrestrial. Sure, it is extraterrestrial. Okay, but it is a living, breathing entity. First get that and believe it. Okay. Only if the sun wakes up in the morning, you can wake up.
Correct.
If the sun doesn't come up, life is going to stop. This is a scientifically proven.
Correct.
Okay. So if sun is not giving life, you're dead. You're dead at that point, which means sun primarily has life. About this, there is no doubt. Okay. And anything that has life is going to have a heart. And the heart is not like the scientific heart that we are talking about that just keeps like pumping blood. Okay. The heart over here is about the consciousness. Okay. What makes Raghu Raghu? Not this body. Okay. Raghu knows that he is Raghu. Okay. You know you're Raghu right now. Okay. That knowing is called consciousness. Okay. And sun has that consciousness. Okay. He knows he is the sun. Okay. Unfortunately, human beings don't know who they are. We just think we are the bodies. Okay. But that's not the case. We are more than the body. Okay. And we'll get that established slower. Okay. So over here he's saying Aditya Hrudayam Punyam. Okay. Punyam, okay, is the righteous act. Okay. And next he says Sarva Shatru Vinashanam. Okay. What is his righteous act? Okay. He is going to destroy all the enemies. Okay. The enemy over here is not Ravana.
The darkness.
It is the enemy inside Rama's head.
Oh.
That confusion, that lethargy, that inertia. Okay. So he is saying Aditya Hrudayam Punyam Sarva Shatru Vinashanam. If we are talking purely about Ravana, okay, he should use the word Aditya Hrudayam Punyam Ravana Vinashanam. But he doesn't say that. He says Sarva Shatru Vinashanam. Okay. Who are the Sarva Shatrus? They're actually only in your mind. They're not outside somewhere. Look at the geniusness of this, right? And then next he says, Jayavaham Japen Nityam. Okay. How do you have to do it? Nitya. Continuously. Without any breaks. You have to be conscious. Only when you're conscious, without any break at all, without your mind getting distracted here and there, that's when you can actually win over the enemy. The moment you're distracted, you're gone. The enemy has control over you now. Okay. What are the enemies? We'll discuss that. Okay. We call that Shadripu. Okay. The 6 enemies. Okay. There's more than, okay, some, in one way there's like 10 enemies. But for this context, okay, there's Shadripu. Okay. Shadripu is like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Okay. These are the 6 enemies. Okay. Kama, okay, desire. It's a misconception to use kama only in a lustful act.
way.
No, it is desire. Okay. Interestingly, kama, okay, is a double-edged sword. That is where most of the people fall prey.
What do you mean by double-edged sword?
Okay. In the human life, okay, you have the 4 stages: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Okay. So you can use your desire for your benefit, for your upliftment. Okay. And the same thing, if you don't know how to use it, it's going to cut off your head. That's why it's a double-edged sword. Okay. In this side of it, when you know how to use it in the right way, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, it's going to liberate you. Okay. On the other side, okay, it's a negative entity. It's going to completely destroy you. Because you're taken farther away from who you are. Make sense? Okay. And so we talk about karma. Let's go a little deeper. Okay. Where is actually the root of all your problems?
With desires within us.
Yes. If you don't have any desire at all, okay, do you have any problems? Now let's take a step back. Okay. Is desire the real problem, or your expectation out of the desire the problem?
Definitely expectation out of the desire.
Right? So having a desire is not the problem. Having a desire is a very necessary thing. If there is no desire, if the sun doesn't have the desire to come and then impregnate the earth on a daily basis, okay, life is going to come to a complete standstill. So desire is not the problem. Okay. The expectation out of that desire, okay, when you're latching onto it continuously, becomes the problem. Okay. And for this you have to go back to Bhagavad Gita again. The most beautiful famous verse, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadasha. You do your job and don't worry about the result. That's it. Okay. And next he says, Jayavaham japen nityam. Okay. When you continuously chant it, nityam means continuously. Okay. Jape, japa. Okay. What is going to happen then? Jayavaham. The victory is going to come and it's going to give you the avaha. The victory is going to like possess you. Okay. And then what is going to happen? Akshayam paramam shivam. Shivam over here is purity. Okay. And then you're going to become very pure.
Wow.
You defeat all those enemies. And then you become very pure. And then you know who you are.
Interesting.
Yeah. Any questions?
Not in this chapter.
Okay. I'll read the key takeaway. Okay. This hymn is a complete practice for purification, victory, and auspiciousness. Okay. Because now he's saying, Sarva Shatru Vinashan. All of your Shatru is going to get destroyed over here. And that's actually in your mind. Forget about Ravana. Ravana is just a projection of your mind right now.
Amazing setup. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Next verse is going to get a little more deeper.
Okay.
Okay. Over here he says, Sarva Mangala Mangalyam, Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Okay. Chinta Shoka Prashamnam, Ayur Vardhanam Uttamam. Okay. The key words over here are Ayur Vardhanam. Okay. Everyone heard the word Ayurveda?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does Ayurveda mean? In a very basic context, something related to health.
Mm-hmm.
That much we know. Okay. Ayur, okay, is not, it's a double negative.
Okay.
Okay. So when I say arogya,
Mm-hmm.
okay, does it mean health?
I thought it was health.
No. Think about it. It is rogya. What does roga mean?
Roga means disease.
Okay. So what does arogya mean?
A
Non-disease. Okay, so disease is already negative. Okay, it's a double negative at that point.
Oh, okay.
Okay, by that, what they're establishing over here, okay, is everything is going to go through that phase. Everything is going to be negative at one point or the other in your life. You're susceptible to disease. You're susceptible to depression. Okay, but negate that negative feeling, and that's when you become positive. Not that false positiveness.
Okay.
Okay, it's like negating the negative feeling will create that positiveness. Okay, not a false sense of positiveness over there, because that false sense of positiveness is something that Ravana has. Okay, that's why he's in the other side of the battlefield. Okay, that is the ego. Okay, over here Rama is standing. Okay, he is this Mahabahu as he was described earlier itself. Okay, and then he's the one who is going through a negative phase. Okay, and what is Agastya Maharshi saying? Negate the negative phase, and then you'll become a positive person back again.
Wow.
It is human psychology that he's talking about over here, right? It's like, don't go into this false delusional, to take a step forward, the modern, again, it's probably going to tread a little bit on the controversy. But I have to say this, right? It's like manifesting nonsense. Okay? Yes, manifesting is a real thing, okay? But just because you keep manifesting it, nothing is going to happen. Okay, that is a false positive. You actually have to put in the work for something to happen. Okay, because I have a few students who tell me, oh, I'm seeing 1111 so many times frequently on my watch, that's an angel number and everything. My answer to them is, that means you have too much time that you're wasting. You're looking at your watch, means you're not doing the work. Okay. And some other people, it's like, oh, if I put crystals by my bedside, okay, I'm going to get the positive energy. Okay, put it right underneath your pillow, and then it's going to poke your eye and you'll become blind. Okay, you have to look at why it is taken into that situation, right? A crystal is formed when that water keeps dropping, like one single drop keeps cutting through it continuously, and then it becomes that crystal. Okay, what they're saying is, put that effort continuously like that water drop, and then you'll become the crystal. But you ignore that and you put it on your bedside and you're like, oh, I'm positive now. No, you're not. That's a false positive. That is the thing that you want to avoid. Okay? You want to negate the negative feeling and then remember your strength again. That is what you're supposed to do. Any questions?
Nothing.
Are you enjoying it so far?
I'm really enjoying this. In the sense, there's so many things that are coming to my head that I do most of the time, to be honest, brainlessly. So now I'm just trying to recompose and understand what is it that I do that genuinely makes sense versus doesn't make sense.
Right. Okay. We'll chant this?
Yes.
Okay. It goes. Sarva Mangala Mangalyam.
Sarva Mangala Mangalyam.
Sarva Papa Pranashanam.
Sarva Papa Pranashanam.
Chinta Shoka Prashamanam.
Chinta Shoka Prashamanam.
Ayurvardhanam Uttamam.
Ayurvardhanam Uttamam.
Okay, we'll do the breakdown for this, okay? Because from this one we have to do the breakdown.
Okay.
Sarva Mangala Mangalyam, okay? The most auspicious of all the auspicious things, okay? Sarva Papa Pranashanam. If you remember in the previous verse, he said Aditya Hrudayam Punyam, okay? And in this one, he's saying Sarva Papa Pranashanam, okay? The annihilator of all the sins and the evil, okay? What is it? Okay, and next level he's going Chinta Shoka Prashamanam. Okay, Chinta, worry, Shoka, depression. Okay, the pacifier of anxieties and sorrows. Pacifier. Okay, how? Okay, Ayurvardhanam Uttamam. Okay, that which increases the lifespan. Okay, Uttamam. Uttamam means at the highest level. Uttama Purusha. Okay, or the top-notch level. Okay. So what is he saying over here, right? It is the most auspicious of all the auspicious things, the annihilator of all the sins, the pacifier of anxieties and sorrows, and the supreme bestower of the longevity. What is it? The sun.
I had written a question, is it the sun or the hymn that he's pronouncing right now.
It is the sun.
It is the sun.
Okay. Now think about it. This one is going to blow your mind. Chinta, shoka, okay, worry and depression. Okay. Even the modern day psychology, okay, a person who's depressed doesn't want to wake up in the morning.
Correct.
Okay. And what do all the doctors say? Wake up in the morning and go for a walk.
Correct.
In that sunlight. The morning sunlight is really good for you. Okay. It's going to help you. When you're really sad and depressed, okay, what would your mom tell you? Let's go out.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Let's go for a walk, or let's go for a drive, or let's go ride the bike. Something or that sort. Okay. Why? It's not because going out is going to do something. It's the sunlight. It is actually the sunlight that is going to help you. Okay? It's not outside. Sure, when we say sunlight, right, don't look at it like just the sunlight. Whether the sun is there or not, okay, sunlight is still there.
Yeah.
Okay, it
The
might
light
be
is
a
still
really cloudy day, okay, but
The
there
light
is
is
still
still
sunlight. Okay. In the night time, contrarily, okay, if you are really depressed, okay, and then if you say at 11 o'clock or at 1 o'clock, if you tell your mom, I'm going to go out, your mom will say, shut up and stay inside.
Mm.
Why? In the morning, she's okay with you going out, but in the night time, she's not. When does most of the crime happen?
Night.
Yeah. So it's a human psychology that we are discussing over here. Okay. And this, by implementing this, okay, you'll be able to get out of all your tragedies in life. Okay. Next, over here, Agastya continues to articulate the transformative benefits, the benefits of the hymn itself. Okay. And then he's saying Sarva Mangala Mangalyam. Okay. This is a superlative statement. Sarva Mangala Mangalyam. Again, like Rama Rama Mahabahu. Okay. Sarva Mangala Mangalyam. Mangalyam means auspicious. Okay. He's saying the most auspicious of the auspicious. Okay. What is it? Something that you can see. Okay. That's why we call sun as Pratyaksha Deva. He's a witnessing God. He's seeing everything that you're doing. Okay. And then he says, this is not just the source or the pinnacle of auspiciousness itself. Okay. It is that auspiciousness inside you. Okay. That you have to align with the auspiciousness of the sun. Okay. When you wake up first thing in the morning and do your sun salutations or go for a run in that early morning golden dawn time, you're going to start your day on a wonderful note. You feel like I accomplished something. It's because you know, okay, whatever goals that you have are now in alignment. But once you miss that window, okay, if you wake up at like 10 o'clock in the morning, your day is messed up. Now, for people who work like the night shift jobs and everything, it's unfortunate.
It's inevitable.
Okay, you cannot help it at that point. But we as human beings are not designed to be nocturnal creatures. Okay, there is something called circadian rhythm. Our circadian rhythm begins at 4 o'clock in the morning and it ends at 7 o'clock in the night. Okay, just follow it. Why do you want to alter it? Go with it. Because that, even your digestion is actually impacted by the sunlight. Okay, that's why they say in the night time, don't eat too much. In the morning time, there is heat. Okay, and heat is required for you to digest. We call that Jataragni. Okay, that belly fire. Okay, that is what is going to digest. Okay, and as it becomes colder and colder and colder, your digestive power decreases and decreases. And that's why nighttime, eat less. Don't eat too much. Okay, nighttime, less activity, not too much activity. Okay? Keep it from 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock. That is the prime window. Okay. And in the next one, he says Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Okay, it's going to remove all the sins and the evil. Okay, we discussed earlier, remember? When was most of the crimes, they happen in the night time, not in the morning time. So your mindset itself, right? How crude can I go in this podcast? Let me ask you this.
You can go as crude as possible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For people who watch online things that they are not allowed or not supposed to watch, okay?
You mean pornography?
Pornography.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Most of the times, when do they watch it? In the night time, not in the daytime. Okay. Even if you're not doing anything, okay, you're not watching it in the daytime. If you have a friend who tells you, man, I'm watching porn in the daytime, what are you thinking?
Why is he working? Why is not working?
Right? Because we say, don't. Now, taking it to another level, okay? The word mithuna, okay, or a sexual union as well, okay? Even for that, there's a specific time, not in the daytime. Okay? Not in the daytime.
But it's an auspicious act. Why is it done in the night time?
Because, think about it, what happens to your body after you have sex?
Tired?
Are you going to do anything else after that?
No, you feel lethargic, you want to just go to bed.
Right? So if you have sex in the morning, are you going to be able to move on with the rest of your activities in the day?
No.
Right? It's a simple logic. That's why night time, certain activities. Morning time, certain activities. Okay? First of all, don't watch any stupid things because it's only going to fry your brain cells. Okay? And better than that, okay, if you don't watch it, and even if you are like self-indulging in your pleasure, or if you are indulging in with your partner, say, hey, you know what? Evening time is better for this. Much better. Or night time. Okay, after the sunset. Okay? In fact, there's a beautiful word for it. Okay? It's called Asura Sandhya Samaya.
Asura Sandhya Samaya?
Yeah. During the Sandhya, okay, dawn, and during the dusk, no. Because that is the time when they say the demons, okay, are trying to suck your energy based off on the activities that you do. If you're doing the good activities, they can't do anything, okay. But during this time, from dawn to dusk, okay, if you're doing any stupid nonsense, right, they'll suck the energy out of you. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, there's this beautiful, even in our scriptures, right, Bhagavata Purana, okay, in the avatars, we have like the demons, okay, we have the Matsya Avatara, okay, and then we have like the Narsimha Avatara, right? Those are two brothers, okay, Hiranyakashipa and Hiranyakshu, okay. They both are actually born to sages, okay, but they indulged in sexual activity during the daytime. And that's why these guys are born with demonic qualities. Okay. Now, if you look at it like from a mythology perspective, sure, look at it. I'm not going to take that away. But then what is the philosophical aspect that you're looking at it and benefiting from it? Okay. Saying, okay, there's a time and a place for everything. Okay. PDA, absolute nonsense. You don't need to display your affection towards someone in a public place. Okay. Get out of it. Okay. No one cares. Okay. Any questions?
And I have questions.
Yeah.
Let me go and check out.
Sure.
Perfect. So I do have questions.
Yes.
So questions is more like, why have we come so far away from this truth?
Because we've lost ourselves. We live in a world where you have all the materials, okay, that you want. You have a phone in which you can order anything that you want. Okay, so we don't have a materialistic crisis, okay. And contrary to what the media and the news channels and everything feed you, okay, at least for people like you and I, there is no economic crisis. Okay, so what is the crisis that you have right now? It's a spiritual crisis. Okay, because you have everything. Technically speaking, okay, you have a lot more than what your grandfather had.
100%.
Okay, but are you more happier than your grandfather?
No.
Why? Because of the spiritual crisis. Okay, because your grandfather knew what he was supposed to do. Okay, he was very set on it. Okay, whether it was good or bad doesn't matter. He's like, this is who I am, this is what I will do. Okay, you don't have that clarity. And where there is no clarity, there is tragedy. Always. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, the next one, the part of this, Chinta Shoka Prashamanam. Okay, first he says Sarva Papa Prashamanam. Okay, he's saying the Papa refers not just to the sin over here. Okay, because when we say sin, you start introducing a moral compass to it. You start looking at it from a moral lens. Okay, don't worry about it for now. Okay, but to any action, thought, or ingrained tendencies, your habits. Okay, because you are a creature of habit, whether you like it or not. Okay, if you don't do your laundry for 4 weeks, you're not going to do laundry for the next 4 weeks.
Correct.
Okay, if you don't do your dishes for 4 weeks, that's it. You're not doing it. Okay, these are all the papas. These are the sins. Don't look at it from a moral compass. Look at it from your own individual. Okay, day to day. What is my schedule? What are the things that I do on a day-to-day basis? Is that helping me? Is that hurting me? Things that are helping me are the punyam. Okay? Things that are not helping me are the papam in this lens. Okay? Because that is what is creating the negative energy in yourself. Okay? Because what's going to happen? Okay? You have all these dishes that you have to do. Okay? But you didn't do it. Okay? You go open your laptop. First thing, dishes, procrastination. Okay, you open your laptop. Your manager is calling you. Okay, a part of your mind is still in the dishes. Okay. Are you going to pay attention to fully your work at that point? You can't. You can't. Okay. Better than that is observe. If you don't want to do the dishes, don't use so many dishes. Use just one dish. Clean it up immediately. Be done with it. Simplify your life. Okay, don't overcomplicate it. Because you know you're not interested in it. And that's okay. Okay. I use only one plate. That's it. Because I don't like doing the dishes. I don't want to create more work for myself.
What about cooking?
Small, simple thing. That's it. And what I cook in, I eat in that. Most of the times. It's simple. Because my portions are not big. So it's easy for me. Right? You have to be innovative when you're a lazy guy. Okay. So that is the papa over here. The negative tendencies, the negative habits that you have. Look at them as the sins. Don't look at it from a moral compass perspective because it's not going to help you. Okay. That is, you already know that. Okay. If you are going to judge someone else and things like that, right? First you look at your own life and judge it. And then you can judge someone else. Because I believe only the one who is not judging himself has the time to judge someone else.
100%.
Right? So might as well start with yourself and you become perfect first before judging someone else. What right do I have to judge someone else when I myself can do things in the most efficient way?
100%.
Right? Next he says, Chinta Shoka Prashamanam. Okay? Chinta, worry, Shoka, depression. Okay? Prashamanam means annihilator of that or remover of it. Okay? And over here, you have to look at it. Chinta and Shoka are never happening in this present moment. There's something from the past.
Correct.
But your mind is not aware in the current moment. It's going back to the past. And you have to bring your mind back to this very moment. No other way. Absolutely no other way. And how do you do that? Pay attention to whatever you're doing. The mind is going to escape, bring it back in. Every time it escapes, bring it back in.
But it's easy to say, it's so difficult to do.
It is practice. Focus on your breath. Not by seeing, listening. Narrow down onto your breath. My teacher says this to me all the time. He says, whatever you're doing, do it with full awareness. You're taking steps, walking. Between each step, you should have your awareness. Okay? And that's when you're going to get onto the path. That's when your work is going to become the best. You'll deliver top-notch work only when you pay full attention. Otherwise, you won't. Yeah. Because your mind is not there. Absent-mindedness is the cause of all evil. Yeah. We also spoke about chitta vritti over here. Okay, chitta vritti means the fluctuations of the mind. Okay, stop it. I know you said it's so easy to say it, but it's practice. It really is practice. Okay, and contrary to what the West says, I don't believe in mindfulness. If your mind is full, you're going to become an idiot. I believe in mind emptiness. Only when your mind doesn't have all trash in it, right, you can actually perform. If your mind is full with all sorts of trash, how can you perform anything? You can't. Okay. So the key is to become mind empty. That way you can completely focus on this. If your mind is full with something else, you cannot focus on what you're doing at this point. Okay. Or stop this and then finish that one. Because clearly that one is saying, hey, I'm priority right now. So finish it. Okay. Even after you finish it, if it is still demanding attention, realize this is a habit that I have. Even if you crave that habit and you've satisfied it multiple times and it's still going on to the next days and everything, it's an addiction. Okay. And for that we have specific words. Okay. We have something called samskara. We have vyasana. Okay. Addictions. Okay. And something that is deep rooted in you. It became an inherent quality of you. Okay, that is called samskara. Okay, he always talks in certain way. Okay, he say, ये तो संस्कारहीन है. His samskar is like that only. Okay, that's his nature. It's now become his nature.
Can that be changed if it becomes a samskara?
Lot of practice, lots of practice. But sometimes that is also coming from your previous life karma and everything.
Oh,
yes, yes. Yeah, it's called prarabdha karma, something from the previous lives. Okay, because you've indulged in it so much, okay, and you craved it so much that even at the time of your death, you were still wondering about it. So now it has become an inherent part of your this current life.
Just piggybacking on the verses here, I think what I understand is, again, when I'm trying to see through my life lens, is knowing that there's a problem is the first step.
Yes.
Awareness.
Yes.
Like knowing that, okay, has become my samskara, but it's not helping me in any way.
Correct.
So I have to figure out ways and make it a nitya karma.
Correct.
In the words.
Yeah, yeah.
As how do I overcome that?
Correct.
And be very conscious.
Correct.
Okay.
For all practical purposes, for all the modern people, right? If you are in a managerial role or something like that, performance improvement plan, PIPs, is what we call it in the industry, right? If someone who's reporting to me is not doing very well, okay, even after repeated amount of times, okay, I tell him, hey, I would like for you to, put more attention onto this. This work is not delivered at the highest level and everything. At that point, what do? I go to the HR, okay, and I'm like, can we put this person on a performance improvement plan? Okay, and what do? Just because I said, okay, I'm putting you on a performance improvement plan, my role is not done. Okay, have to have that plan now. I'm like, this is what you're supposed to do. I would like for you to start here, pay more attention over here, and keep observing it, right? In this case, you're the manager and you're the employee. Okay, you're putting yourself on a performance improvement plan.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep. And the next one is Ayurvardhanam Uttamam. Okay, he's saying in one way, okay, how can you do this? Okay, my interpretation of this: first, focus on your physical health. When your physical well-being it's not good, okay, your state of mind is a reflection of the state of your body. Okay, someone who's always fidgety, okay, someone who's always constantly moving here and there, right? Their attention span is going to be less. someone who can sit in one place steadily, not talk, and just observe, their ability to focus, okay, and their ability to pay attention is going to be much, much higher. And that is the first step. Okay, and how do you do that, right? Wake up in the morning, do the Surya Namaskaras, okay. Sure, you want to go to the gym, you want to build a great body, six-pack abs. Sure, I do that myself.
That's how we met.
Yeah, that's how we met. But then I start my day with Surya Namaskaras.
Every day morning.
Every day. Every day. Except for Saturdays. But otherwise, every day morning. Yeah. And I take a shower and I meditate. Or I don't like to use the word meditate, I pray. Okay. That's how I start my day.
Just curious, how does your day usually look? I know we're getting off topic, but I got curious.
I typically wake up anywhere between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then immediately after I wake up, I take a shower.
Okay.
Okay.
Cold water?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's just so refreshing to me, right? And it relieves me of my pain, to be very honest with you. It's very therapeutic, right? And then I do my sun salutations. If I'm going to the studio, okay, I'm doing my sun salutations at the yoga shala or the yoga studio. If I'm at home, I do it in my bedroom, and then I sit, and then I finish my chanting, okay? And then I start my day.
What time do you start your day? Like you get up at between 3 and 4?
3:30 and 4.
3:30 and 4?
Yeah, but let's say 3 and 4:30, right? And I typically get to my studio by like 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. You have an alarm? Like you wake up to an alarm, or it's just the body?
I have an alarm, but then I wake up before that.
Okay.
Yeah, because now it's become like a part of my life. Okay, and then I have like a 1 hour to 1.5 hour practice of asanas that I do, and then after that I go back home. I work, and then I work out, and then in the evening I read, and then I write, and then I'm done.
What time do you go to bed?
Between 9 and 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you give yourself like 6 hours of sleep?
6 hours of sleep.
And you're good with that?
Yes, more than good with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't feel any fatigue?
No.
Anything? Do you take any kind of supplement?
I do take whey protein.
Okay.
I do take creatine, and I take I have turmeric that I use. I also take vitamin D because we are all almost at some level vitamin D deficient, right? But it depends on which one you're taking, because a lot of fake products out there, right? And I also take moringa.
Moringa, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And do you drink coffee?
Oh yes.
You drink coffee?
Yes, I
Black
do
coffee
drink
or coffee with sugar?
No, just Americano, black coffee.
Black coffee.
Yeah.
And how are your food habits like? Is there any
I eat a lot of fruits and nuts.
fruits and nuts?
Yeah, a lot of them, like watermelon. I don't like tarty food, something which is very sour. I don't know, for some reason I don't have an acquired taste for it. Yeah,
fruits.
yeah. It's like my rule of thumb is, if something is, when you bring it close to your eyes and if your eyes are watering, that's a natural sign that it's probably not the food that you're supposed to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, because your eyes are already giving you a clue, saying, dude, I'm crying even before you tasted this one, so please save me from all the trouble later on, right? And then when you, the smell, okay, how does the food smell, okay, and how does your eyes feel, how does your tongue feel to it, how do your teeth feel, are your teeth going to be like very sensitive after you eat it? Because your body is giving you so many clues even before it's digesting it, right? Just listen to it. Yeah. So a lot of watermelon for me. I eat a lot of watermelon, and I drink 2 gallons of water
Every day?
Every day.
2 gallons?
Yes, this is 1 gallon, so I drink it twice every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do I make my body consume more water? Because I don't get thirsty at all.
Practice.
Just keep
drinking. Yeah.
Just get your body used to that much amount of water and automatically get thirsty.
Yeah. Because water flushes out all the toxins from your body. Yeah. So.
Interesting. I was just curious about your whole.
Yeah. I eat
day?
soy for protein. Um, I know some people say, oh, it has too much estrogen, so one should not eat it and everything. But I think I'm okay with it. I haven't seen the problem, and my beard grows okay. I've not become very feminine, or the hormones have not impacted me. Okay, I think, yeah. So,
It's interesting. Okay.
but the key thing is I eat the same food every day.
Every day?
Every day, same food.
You don't get bored? You don't crave for different food?
I do. I have a cheat day where I eat biryani.
Biryani?
Yes.
It's my favorite food.
Yeah. There's this place where they have like a veg keema biryani.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually really really good.
Where is it? Is it Nawabi's?
Yes,
Nawabis.
that is the
Yes,
one. Yeah.
Nawabis.
Yeah.
Nawabi has good. I know they have a really good veg keema biryani.
Well, this is a promo for them. We
a-
should reach out to them and then say you have to fund our thing.
Awesome. Interesting day. So, and when you travel, do you try to stick to this schedule, or
It depends.
as much as
It depends.
possible?
As much as possible. When I like this time when I traveled, I was not able to do a lot of physical, practice. But typically, when I travel, I do a lot of hiking. Right. I'm climbing the mountains. I think I told you, right? I went to Gangotri, Gomukh Glacier, and then I climbed the Kedarnath, and then there's like one other place after the Kedarnath. It's so I do quite a bit of hikes. And so I think that keeps my body fit as well. And my workouts are mostly geared towards my lifestyle. It's not like oh, I want to look like this or look like that kind of a thing. It's like what are my next set of goals? If I'm going on a hike, right, I'm going to lean out a lot. Like I'm going to drop myself to like 160 pounds at that point because it's more easy for me to climb. But then after I come back, I'm going to like put like 40 pounds and get close to like 200 pounds. So a lot more muscle kind of a thing at that point. So I keep like variating. But I think now that I hit 40s, I'm going to ease on that a little bit and start maintaining like a more steady body type. Yeah. I also have a Peloton at home, so I do cardio.
Cardio.
Yeah. Ayurvardhanam Uttamam. The entire reason for that is because he's saying, okay, the supreme bestower of longevity. Okay, longevity happens on two levels: a physical level, okay, and then the spiritual level. Okay, you want spiritual longevity as well, not just a physical longevity. Okay. Think about most of the bodybuilders. They have really good physical strength, but then their spiritual strength is so weak, okay, because of all the substances and everything that they take, right, that their physical strength also starts depleting after a while.
True.
You don't want something like that. You want to have good physical strength and a good spiritual strength as well. Okay, and how do you do that? Sun. Again, go back to the time. Okay, work out in the mornings, not in the nights. It's not good for you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if it's not possible at all, sure.
Fine.
You can do, but don't go so crazy in the night time and everything. You're not built for that. You're not a nocturnal creature. You're supposed to rest in the night time, not like go crazy, right? We have to talk about prana shakti over here, right? Because the life itself is energy. Okay, respect it. Okay. Don't take it for granted. Focus on your health and focus on your spiritual well-being. Okay, and when we say health, I think that is where we have to emphasize. A lot of people think health is just the body. The thoughts that you have in your mind are also a part of your health. Okay, if your thoughts are constantly reeling in negativity, okay, you're not a healthy person. No one wants to be around you. And when no one wants to be around you, you're not going to take care of your body. And then when you don't take care of your body, again, no one wants to be around
Downward spiral.
It's going to like go into a catch-22 situation. Okay? So observe your thoughts. Stay positive.
What if all my thoughts are revolving around work and building business and those all the time? Is it healthy or not healthy?
Okay, let me ask you this question. What is the reason behind your ambition? You have an ambition, I get it. Okay, you're like, I want to be a successful businessman and everything. Okay, but what is the reason behind it?
It's a really good question. I haven't thought about it. Probably business, I think, would come from being financially stable.
Okay.
One thing. Or
Let's pause there.
Second source of income.
Yeah. Okay. How much income do you want? Do you have that number in your mind?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
And for that, is it worth, okay, compromising all your life to make that? Is the next question that you have to ask. Because I turned down a few promotions in my career because I was like, this is not going to work. My time is going to become like very negligent if I take this promotion. And I quit that job.
You quit it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I did that like while I didn't have any other job and anything. It's like, no. For me, my mental state is more important than anything else. Okay. Anything else, I'll figure it out. It's okay. Yeah. I'm not saying that everyone should quit their jobs, okay? Be sure as to what you're doing, because after I quit my job, I gave like a few certifications and everything, and I was like, okay, how can I find like something else, right? But then you have to understand, thinking constantly about anything, okay, constantly like that is not going to help you. At least not in this part of the world.
Yeah.
And when I say this part, right, I'm not talking about America or India kind of thing, right? I'm talking about the materialistic part of the world. Okay, you have to wear multiple hats. Okay, you have to be a friend. Okay, and if you're going to purely talk only about your ambition and your drive constantly to your friends, right, they'll be like, man, this guy is boring.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You won't have any friends at that point. Okay, so you have to wear multiple hats.
And I feel like my sense of this comes from trying to prove something to myself. I don't know what I'm trying to prove, but it's just I feel like.
But let me ask you this question: because everyone keeps saying, right? It's like I want to prove something to myself. But who is yourself? Without knowing that, how can you prove anything? Actually, the way you're thinking about it is wrong. Okay, you're not trying to prove something to yourself. Okay, you're trying to obtain something so that you can realize yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Because what you're trying to do over here is you're like, okay, if I become like a very successful businessman, maybe I will know who I am. Okay, because right now you don't know who you completely are. Okay, but it's not going to work that way. Like I said, you don't have a materialistic crisis. You only have a spiritual crisis. Okay, and you can only know who you are when you remove everything, not by acquiring more things.
Okay.
Okay, and removing means not shunning. Very well staying in it, but not getting attached to it.
Okay.
Okay, you're very well connected. Okay, you are the son to your mother. Okay, but then your mom is going to perish after a time.
Right.
Does that mean you're also going to die? You'll still continue, right? That is the attached detachment, and that's how you have to be in every walk of your life. Every single thing.
That's what I'm very scared about too. Like I feel like if my mom passes, I wouldn't have any meaning to my life, and I'm very scared about that phase of my life already.
Yeah, a lot of people have that fear. Yeah, but no, you will go on. Such is the nature of life, because we have this wonderful gift called forgetting. Right now, you think about it, okay, but then when you get involved in your work, or when you have your children, offspring, or your business or something like that, right? You'll still think about your mother, but she's going to be a lingering thought somewhere in the back of your mind, not constantly in the front, not in the prefrontal cortex at that point. It's going to move back. So don't worry about it. Better than that is just spend time with your mom.
Spend time with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I try my best. I call her every day.
Yeah.
So I try my best.
I think we'll pause here, because the next one is going to talk about the cosmic form of the sun. Okay. He's going to describe the sun at this point. Okay, and what time you have to worship the sun, and quite interestingly, He's also going to talk about the geography of India.
Of India.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, not relating to book, just a normal, random spiritual question.
Yeah.
People say altruistic thought or altruistic action. Is there anything called altruism in this word? Like, no?
Very few people can actually understand the true definition of altruism, right? In my language, there is this beautiful verse, right? It says that ఎడం చేత్తో ఇచ్చింది కుడి చేతికి కూడా తెలియకూడదు.
If you the thing that you did in right hand shouldn't even be known to your left hand.
Yeah. Okay. If whatever altruism that you're doing, okay, you know that you're doing it, you lost it.
Yes.
That's not altruism. That is you saying, okay, I'm doing this, I have to do this. There's a moral obligation or something like that, right? Yeah.
Interesting. And today I was preparing
you
for
can
this.
be nice, you can be kind, okay, and even that counts. We need a lot of more kinder, nicer people in this world, okay, but be cautious about the charities that you're giving, because not all charities are used in the right way.
That is correct.
So better than doing the charities outside somewhere, right? Start doing charity for the people that you actually know. Talk to them, connect with them back, say, hey, how are you doing? If you have any issues, I'm here to talk to you. Okay? That is the biggest charity that you want. People want to be heard. That is what we miss in this world.
For me, like, when I think about charity, like, I've learned a lot from my mom. She did it for wrong people, and I've learned you have to do it for right people.
Yeah.
And I see charity in a way that it's more of providing opportunity to be better.
Yeah.
Like, more than like handing them over things.
Yep. Yep.
This is the opportunity. You can prove yourself if you're really like up for it.
Right. Yep. Yep.
I see charity that way. Again, it's not super altruistic. That I don't believe in altruism as well.
Yeah.
Is there something called, even if I do it, at least my inside of myself will feel, oh, I did it, I was happy. If not, like, I wouldn't have done it. When I was preparing for this episode, I was going through our first interview, and then I was thinking, I was just going through the interview, and we spoke a little bit about flow state.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of dig deeper into it.
Yeah.
If I or my viewers want to get into this flow state, we spoke about doing dishes, and that's in the corner of my head. I think it's because we are not in the flow state. We spoke a little bit, but I want to get more deeper into it. How are the ways that I or my viewers can get into flow state on anything that we do? Is there a pre-ritual, or while we're doing, like, is there a mantra? I'm not saying mantra is like the holy grail.
You need to, even before you begin the task, right, have that presence of mind first. Okay, because if it's not something that you want to do, you're not going to attain that flow state. Okay, it's a forced state. You're not flowing, you're forcing at that point. Right? So first, and the motivation for anything is the result. At least for our generation and everything, okay? It's like, okay, so almost like every time the rat does something, it gets like the little, cheese. Right? It's almost like, you have to ask yourself, okay, what is the dopamine release that I'm going to get out of this? Because at the end of the day, okay, your brain is working purely on dopamine. Okay, whatever you want to do, right? Only if it releases the dopamine and the endorphins, you get that high. Okay, and only when you get that high, you want to do it again. Okay, and that is like, okay, so now you have to find that state between, I should not get that full high, but the cheese stick should just be visible in front of my eyes. Okay. So the way I would say is, take a ritual, yeah, for sure. Say, okay, what is it that I want to accomplish, okay, in this 20 minutes or 30 minutes, okay, what do I want to accomplish? And I'm a believer of work breakdown structure, okay.
Can you elaborate more on that work breakdown?
So, if you have a task, break it down into the smallest possible chunks of tasks that you can do. Don't try to solve world's hunger in day one. You cannot do it. Okay. If you have like 35 dishes to do, okay, and doing dishes is something that you hate, okay, just say, okay, every time I walk to the kitchen, I'm going to do one dish.
Of course, we walk 20, 30 times in the kitchen.
Right? Every time I'm going to get water, or I'm just going to go there and stand by the window, whatever it is, whatever your scene is, right? I'm going to do one dish. And don't even start with the big dishes. Okay, if you have like small glasses or spoons or something like that, right? Do it. Okay. Magically, what happens is your mind is going to be like, I already finished one spoon.
Let me do one.
Let me do one more. And then you start going on that incremental mode. Okay, and that's how you establish a flow state. Yeah. But then your mind, the moment it's like, yeah, this is getting boring, stop it. Don't force anymore. Because you're not going to do it. You're doing it, but you're sulking at that point. There is no point. Okay? Take. And then next time I come back to the kitchen, I'll do some more. That's it. Yeah. That's how I do my things.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That was helpful. Yeah. Thank you, Wiz, for listening to this episode. This is our episode 2. Ranjan, do you have anything to add?
No, I think we are getting into the real core of it. You're going to find some beautiful gems in the scripture.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And viewers, if you have any questions, please do post in the comment section. Both me and Ranjan are going to take a look at it, and we'll do our best to answer it. For sure, it'll be answered. And like I said in the last episode, I'll have the link to this book and the previous book of Ranjan. So feel free to purchase it. And if anyone has financial difficulty, let us know. We'll send you a promo code.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, everyone.